Hi Virgo, and welcome to your monthly horoscope for May 2020. I'm a little bit concerned that these aren't processing. They're in processing, so I hope these videos show up once they've processed. So it's a bit iffy at the moment. It's certainly YouTube certainly keeps you on your toes and keeps you sweating sometimes. Let's have a look at May. On the 3rd of May and May 20th, Venus, the planet of love and beauty and creativity, squares, so it's at odds with Neptune, the water planet of dreams and intuition and the higher octave of Venus. Venus is a personal planet of love. Neptune is the outer planet of humanitarian love. So Neptune's in your 7th and Venus is in your 10th. So there's real juice and real ideas about your work, the relationships you have as a result of work, and what it is you want to achieve there. So these are the best days of the month. Make sure you note those because we have a Venus going retrograde, and the 20th and the 3rd are amazing. 7th of May, we've got a full moon in Scorpio, and that happens in your 3rd house of communication, the way you think. The full moon is when the moon is completely lit up and it lets go of all of the energy it's been building towards. And in this case, it showers us with Scorpio energy at 17 degrees, and we'll be able to uncover hidden truths in the way we communicate and in the way we think about ourselves. So we're able to really see ourselves very clearly, uncover these hidden truths that we never thought we had. And because of that, we're able to transform our love life here on the 7th of May 2020. So this full moon in Scorpio gives you an amazing opportunity to change. Most people change through blood and guts and suffering. Only when they fall on their face, something really bad happens, then they get their act together and then they become spiritual. The wise people are the ones who naturally do it. And the 7th is going to give you such great insight. Make sure you show up and you pay attention. On the 11th of May, Saturn, the planet of structure and security, goes retrograde until the end of September in your 6th house of work. So the security in work doesn't come from the outside world, it comes from within. Mars is also in that 6th house. So you're able to do humanitarian work with those planets there from May till September. In the summer, you can really work very well with people and be of service greatly, and you can volunteer and you can find new work all before the 13th of May. On the 12th of May, Mercury, your ruler, goes into Gemini in your 10th house of career. It joins Venus, so now you really know what you want to do work-wise. The dream is becoming a reality. It stays in Gemini in your 10th house until the 29th of May, and then it goes into Cancer in your 11th house of friendships and hopes and dreams. So the whole month gives you amazing insight into, first of all, yourself, and then into your career, and you can, all the Virgos out there who want to be self-employed, this is your month to do it. Because the security, remember, with Saturn in retrograde comes from inside you. I'm pointing at the solar plexus because I feel the solar plexus chakra is where the control sits. And you can control nothing really. You can manifest your life. You can control the way you live your life. Yeah, on a physical level, we have a lot of power over our bodies, and we can do totally different things when we see ourselves differently. If I think of myself as someone who's bad and not good enough, I'll probably walk and stoop and hide. If I'm proud of myself and I think I am really worth something, then I'll probably have wonderful posture, for example, okay? So that's just an example. You, out of all of the signs, have the best opportunity here to make something of yourself work-wise and to have a doorway open in terms of career, and you're really being supported by the universe for the first 13 days. On the 13th of May, Mars goes into Pisces in your 7th house of relationship. It joins Neptune. So now there's an extra kind of drive to make things happen. Mars is frustrated in Pisces. It doesn't like being in Pisces. So it joins Neptune and it makes relationships fuzzier. You're not going to see as clearly when it comes to your personal relationships. Venus also goes retrograde on the 25th. No, Venus goes retrograde on the 13th of May as well, and it stays in retrograde until June the 25th. Venus retrograde is something that you shouldn't underestimate. It doesn't happen every year. And when Venus is in retrograde, Venus is the planet of love, beauty, creativity. When she goes backwards, it's like the evil, it's like going from Aphrodite to Hera, you know? She's gonna put this veil over your eyes. Mars and Neptune are already doing that. But when Venus goes retrograde, you really see things in a way that you wouldn't see them normally. So if you possibly can avoid new relationships, new businesses, new anything in your life, try and avoid that and try and work with what you've already got. Because the Venus retrograde, like for instance, if you get into a relationship and then Venus goes direct, you'll be like, what was I thinking? So spare yourself the pain and trouble and respect Venus, because when she goes retrograde, she means business. On the 14th of May, through until September the 12th, Jupiter, the lucky planet, also goes retrograde, and that happens in your 5th house of love, romance, relationship. And Pluto is there at 24 degrees in Capricorn, and Saturn is in Aquarius. So they all sit there together. With Jupiter going retrograde, the good luck, the good fortune comes from within. So because you're able to see things very clearly when it comes to your work, you're able to have much more fun and you enjoy the next couple of months much more, because the results of your working life clarity are security and financial gain and being able to transform your financial circumstances. So it lasts until the 12th of September, remember, and Venus retrograde only lasts until the 25th of June. So from June 25 until September 12th, that's the ideal time to really transform your working life. On the 17th of May, we've got the lucky planet in retrograde, Jupiter, making friends with the Sun, trining the Sun, and the Sun sits right at noon and right on top of the midheaven. And it's all about my identity is so lucky and fortunate because I am now walking through this doorway into my dream job. So again, all the self-employed Virgos or unemployed Virgos who want to be self-employed, go for it. If you get a job just to tide you over for the time being, make it a humanitarian one if possible. Make it something that helps people in some way. And that could be financial services, you know, that it's in the name itself, it's a service. So you get loads of good luck on the 17th, so that's another good day along with the 3rd and the 20th. And finally, on the 22nd of May, we've got the new moon in Gemini, and that happens, guess where? In your 10th house of career. So loads of Gemini energies being pulled in. And it's a Roman numeral too, so you're able to go through all these doorways in your career. You're able to find out what it is you love, what you prefer doing, and how you can transform that so it's your daily routine. So congrats, Virgo. This is going to be a really good month for you. I hope you have a great time. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the website, you can order your reading with me, and to draw up your astrology chart, I need your date of birth, place of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, then please order a chart rectification with me. That's a process where I work out your time of birth, and it makes the chart much more accurate because it changes every 4 minutes. And the houses, like if you're 2 hours off, the houses can totally change. So, rectification makes a reading much more accurate. And then once I have the chart, I can see your life purpose, vocational aptitudes, love, money, where the best place is to live, all of those things. So please get in touch with me for a personal reading. And subscribe, share the video if you like it. Have a wonderful May, and I'll speak to you next month.